Hi friends, now let us take up the 12th program in our CFG web series. This is for calculating and displaying the areas of a room. Before this, I would like to tell you one thing. Now, so far, we have finished 11 programs. Out of that, first 10 programs, you can take it as a training for you. Because if you are a beginner, this is a solid training for you. In 10 programs, whatever elements I explained, everything you understand and try to own them. Okay, 11th program onwards, your exam starts. In this final exam, there are 6 projects. So, what I request you, 11th program, you take it as a challenge and do it on your own. And you apply your brain, you retrieve whatever elements you require mentally. Okay, so you successfully complete. Normally, being a beginner, you should take 1 hour time to complete that. Otherwise, time is not a requirement. You take your own time and finish it. Then only you move to this. By skipping that, don't come to this. And if you have, if you encounter any errors and all that, as a last resort, you download my program and compare with that. Finally, also you compare with my program where deviations are there and all that, you correct it. Those deviations should not be repeated in the further programs. Okay. So one thing I am telling, don't be lazy nor over smart. This programming domain is not suitable for lazy students as well as over smart. Over smart students are very, very dangerous. I am telling you, you study everything in sequential order. Okay. If you already know also, for the sake of revision, you study everything sequentially. Don't skip anything. That only what I call over smart. Okay. Don't be lazy nor over smart. Okay, now let us take up the 12th project. As usual, first let us finish the mental work. Mental work means mentally you have to finish the program. Only thing, then only your finger should touch the keyboard. Until then, don't touch the keyboard. Even don't switch on your computer also. Because mental work is very core. Mental work is over, more than 50% of your job is over. While typing, don't think of. Understand? Okay. Now, come to the point. As far this is relating to calculating room areas. As far as room is concerned, we calculate only 2 areas. One is floor area, second one is four walls area. And as we are doing in a professional approach, in college and all that, you may not give room names and all that. Simply calculate some area. And this is not that. Even a small program or big project, let us do it formally as far as possible. So let us give the name of the room. For the name of the room, you have to define a string. That is for multiple words also. You can define, that is better, because drawing room is there, not a single word. So you define a string for reading multiple words. That is better. Thereafter, for any room in any building, there are 3 properties. What are the 3 properties? Length, breadth, and height. So, 3 properties also you have to read. For the sake of convenience, I have taken as int. If you want to take, you can take it as float also. Nothing wrong in that. But whenever you are using float, then percent conversions is where percentage G use. GU for scanf and printf purpose also. Then unnecessary trailing zeros will not disturb you. That already I explained to you. Whatever element already you learnt and all that, you must apply them in appropriate places. Okay, that point you have to understand. Thereafter, formation. Formation is very, very important. Not only contents, formation and appropriate format choose. I am giving one format. If you find any better format than this, you do that. I don't discourage. Always I encourage innovations. And one more thing I am telling you, if you find any betterment uh, in these programs and all that, please share with me. If it is really good, I appreciate you, and at the same time, I share your ideas with other students in your name, not in my name. So, and one more thing, hereafter and in previous programs also, whatever units are there, a unit names you write. In this case, you see, length, breadth and height or feet. FT is enough. Complete names you need not write. What is the right abbreviation you take and write that? FT, feet. As far as areas are concerned, SFT, square feet. Suppose volume, somewhere volume is there, cubic feet. But you must know that if you are not good at arithmetics and all that, whenever you are working on a program, the corresponding domain you study and come here. Actually, these are all school day subjects. However, if you don't know also, I don't blame you. Only thing is, whenever context comes, what are the room areas and all that you study. And one more thing, here formulae. Formulae, one is floor area. Floor area is length into breadth. Four walls area, 2 into h into L plus B. Here, one common error or common assumption I have to tell. Actually, if you in mathematics 2h into L plus B, here without that also they use, because the implied symbols are multiplications. But as far as programming concerned, nothing is implied. Everything explicitly you must write. Okay. Number two is here L plus B. L plus B should be in brackets. Otherwise, you get result, but unexpected and it is a wrong result. Why it happens? Actually, L plus the sum of length and breadth should be multiplied by H. Should be multiplied by H. Otherwise, you get wrong result. Otherwise, the actual formula is this: 2 into LH into BH. This is the formula. This we are simplifying in this manner. That's why whenever you need to use parenthesis. Don't ignore that. It is very dangerous. It leads to logical error, because syntax error means your compiler will notify you. Then you correct it and go. As far as logical errors are concerned, you get some result, but it is unexpected or wrong result. That's why whenever you are using formulae, correctly use that, and ultimately after getting the result with the calculator, you calculate it manually also. That's good. That's good, because error is human. Any time you may commit error. That's why without testing your result manually or using calculator, don't take it as granted as it is correct and all. Okay. Now I explain the program statement wise. But one thing, already many times I explained each and every point. If I explain again and again, many students will feel boring. That's why in a precise manner I explain. Where new point is there, I focus more. Okay. Now these comments, header files and all that are common. Thereafter in declaration section, four variables you have to declare. One is string, room name is a string, length, breadth and height. I have declared it as int. If you want to declare float also, I don't mind. Okay. Thereafter, floor area and four walls area. Four walls area. Actually, you may get it out. All five integer items are there. Then why should I declare in two lines? Actually, one type of classification is required. Actually, that is not compulsory. One type of thing. Actually, length, breadth, and height are one type. Those are properties of the room, and those are input variables also. As far as floor area and four walls area are concerned, different thing, and those are output variables. That differentiation you have to find. So, out of the six, four are input variables and two are output variables. And one more point, very important new point, already didn't explain to you. Actually, whenever you are defining the name of variable or any identifier, number, a digit should not be the first character. It leads to error. So, walls for area, you have to think twice and give area. If you write four walls area, then leads to error. Suppose ninth class is there. Ninth class, you have to define. Then what you have to do? Class 9. This always you remember. Okay. Otherwise, why error comes and all that you do not know. any identifier, any name, if you define, first character should not be a digit. Next character, second, third, and all that. The whole thing can be even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Then number or but now I don't want to distract. Underscore also you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't think of it. Don't try. Later in advanced stage I explain to you. Because if I dump so many elements on you, then you are confused. So only one point to remember. Whenever whatever name you want to give, legal name you can give, but its first character should not be a digit. That point you have to understand. Thereafter we are prompt statements to write. How many variables you have to read? You have to read 4 variables. So how many statements in your input section we have to write? 8 statements we have to write, 4 prompt statements, and 4 scanf statements. And as far as room name of the room is concerned, you can read multiple words that corresponding code I have given. Don't forget that. Don't make experiments with this. Strictly you write that with a new line. Already I told you whatever drawing room. If you write and after that enter key, new line represents enter key. You press, then it is terminated. Okay, like that, all the 4 property, 4 input values you read. Okay, with that input section is over. Thereafter processing section. Processing section already I told you, floor area, length into breadth. Thereafter 4 walls area, 2 into height into length plus breadth within parenthesis. That you have to write. Okay, formula you have to correctly know. Not only this, many calculations we perform in our feature projects. The corresponding formula you should understand strictly, thoroughly, then only you have to apply. Okay, processing section is over. Thereafter, output section, I need not explain much. As I told you already many times, because I know that many students are very lazy or over smart. Printf statement, thoroughly, I gave at least half a dozen programs on printf. So, thoroughly work on each and every exercise with a printf, and then only you can write this program comfortably with reference to the output. Output you take with already I showed to you, with reference to the output only you write each and every statement, and in this don't forget labels, especially units, feet, square feet, you don't forget. Then only the professionalism. A small program also you have to show your professionalism. Don't behave like a college goer. College goers, why I don't curse them. Only one thing, if they get result, they feel happy. That's it. They never bother about any conventions or formalities. That's why that every time I am referring, don't do things like a college student. Okay, that point you have to understand. I don't have any negativity towards college students. Okay, finally, see the output. In the beginning itself, I showed you prompt statements. Why I am showing prompt statements you have to write correctly. Always when you are writing prompt statement, you take into consideration of bank ATM. Bank ATM, how it guides you? Enter your language, enter your PIN, enter your amount. Like that, here also you feel like a professional, and you are giving this project to your client. Your client does not know anything at all. He just uses for him to enable to use this thing comfortably. Which prompt statement I have to give? Just if I see that enter the name of a room, any client is not confused. It is very clear. Enter the length of the room, enter the length of the breadth of the room, and enter the height of the room. So just to think twice while writing prompt statements, and thereafter your program is executed, and name and all that. As I told you already, these names only use. It is CFG call.c. Okay, that only you give. Thereafter, you execute it, you get this output. And if you want to have my version of code, in description I am giving a link. You download. After performing the program only, you download it. That is my request.